Light on, light off. God, that is so menacing. Hello and welcome back to my channel. So thank you for everyone joining me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. So today, the red fang wandering spider, trying to give you a bit of an update today because they are extremely hard to film. Since I've had these now, it's been a little while. I've just pointed out where that one is hiding. I'm just going to try and zoom in for you. I realise now that these are nocturnal. They only come out at night, and that's only if you give them ample spaces to hide. If you just leave it out with one hide, then you'll see them in threat every time they see you. And don't confuse it with bad eyesight. They have excellent eyesight, and I mean excellent. Just trying to feed this one here with the cricket. And you can't really see, you can see the legs slightly in that gap just above the cricket's head, but this one's quite chilled. But this one's only chilled because I've got the light on. It will not come out or move in the light. As soon as I switch it off and disappear, it will eat that cricket and just mess it up straight away. But this one's quite timid. I'll show you another one that's more bolder in a second that I managed to get some footage of. See me shaking there a little bit. That's because I've got to have concentration. There you go, you saw the legs move. Trying to push this one back in. Thinks he's MacGyver. There we go, sorry about that, just gone off camera. I've just got to be aware of myself because they can just explode out of the enclosure in literally a second. So there you go, MacGyver's gone. Panned around the side of the enclosure and you can see the leg there and you can see the actual abdomen behind, but it looks like the substrate and gravel is so well camouflaged, but that is absolutely beautiful. Here we go on to number 2. This is the one out of the 3 I've got that is quite bold. These are sub-adults / adults. This one just stays out, doesn't care, nighttime, daytime. I can actually get in the enclosure with my hands, with my camera, which you'll see in a second. And this one's not too bothered. So I'm going to give this cricket a little tap because they do that freezing thing that crickets do when they sense imminent danger next to them. But I probably got a little bit too close. I almost nearly touched this one in a second, you'll see. But don't do that. I definitely shouldn't be getting that close, but I'm more comfortable with these. They're not predictable, but these ones are more chilled because, there we go, let's take that cricket, because they've got ample hiding spaces, so it knows exactly where it needs to go. And look at it coming out in the open there, it's awesome. Get a bit closer. And look at that for the size of the legs. I've no idea if this is male or female. All 3 of them are molted within a week of each other, and I've got to sex the molts. I've just not got round to doing it. But I had to turn the light off with filming on this one just because it does seem to startle it. It can pick up on light very well, so you can't see the red fang shining too much. But I'll try and get a little bit closer. So you can see, there you go, look, so you can start seeing the red fangs. But if I put the lights on, they just shine straight away. But, oh, there we go, just chomping away at it. What a way to go. But I've literally got my hands in the enclosure. I'm literally about 2 inches or so away from this one. And there you go, it just darts off because it feels my hands. But it's still chilled, no threat display. It is so fast, I can't describe how fast this is. But just going to let this one munch away, and I think it's going to start walking off. But look at the tiger sort of colour pattern on the abdomen as well. This one I'd actually think is an adult now, so I'm thinking this one is potentially female. But look at it, they're absolutely stunning. Right, so on this one I've managed to get in a bit closer. I am pushing it for the minute. I am a little bit shaky on the camera because I'm trying to zoom in. There we go, I've managed to put the light, but look at the size of the fangs. You can see them coming in from the side. I can't zoom in anymore because it goes slightly blurry, but it's picking up the leaf and the actual cork box, so it's not focusing properly. But plus I'm shaking a tiny little bit because this is so fast, and it's also ran on me once on my finger before, so I don't want to just push it. But look at that, that cricket's gone already. See if I can just get a little bit closer. The eye shine is impressive. They are so well at picking up on movement. They are sight orientated, and their eyes are so sensitive. That's why they prefer to come out at night time, and they can see you just as well. But I think I don't want to push this one too much, so I'll leave this one there, but at least we've got a chance to have a look, so let's move on. Okay, so this is my 3rd enclosure. And this one has done some extensive tunnelling. So it's got a cave down here where you can see that little light it's actually burrowed and it's gone underneath all of this substrate. So it's underneath here. It's done a little chamber at the back, which I'll show you in a second. What I do is I spray it all like this, so I raise up the humidity quite high. I always keep these water dishes fully topped up, never let them run out, because I have actually seen mine drink now every week. They go to the water dish and they drink, so they do like a bit more humidity. But then what I do is I spray it like this, leave it for a couple of days, let the moisture go, evaporate. It dries out on the substrate, and then literally I spray it again, make sure the water dish is topped up, and then keep going like that. But what I found with these species, there are a lot of videos out there where you can see people have them and they're so defensive and they will actually attack. Since I've had mine, I've had not one attack, not one display, nothing, because what I've done, as you can see, I've given them ample space to hide and traverse around. So what I found with them is they're actually nocturnal. They come out when the lights are out. As soon as I come in and put the lights on, poof, they're gone like lightning and they absolutely disappear. So I put food in all the time. The food completely disappears, but I don't catch any footage apart from the one I've just got today. But I'm just going to show you the extent of what they do, if you can see. So it excludes the mess on the enclosure there, but that's just all the moisture and the previous little bits of muck on there. But it's dug out. I put all this moss down in here just so I can have another way of keeping the moisture in. It's raised the moss up and it's done a chamber underneath here, and I do see it come through here. It lifts the moss up and it comes through. It's dug out there a channel and it goes, walks under there and sits here. And then also there's another big chamber down here. As you can see, it goes around and under this cork bark, and you think that it's not in there, and sometimes it can lay flat on the cork bark, and it lays so flat and squished against it you cannot see it at all, but it's there and it's so well camouflaged. But where it is now is down here and you can't actually see there, so it's done a chamber going all the way down and then all the way down here, and then you can see this is all the substrate is dug out and just threw out to the side, but it's dug a hole going straight back through underneath. And as you can see down this side, there's some webbing. So these species do web, they web up down the side there. All three have done a slight bit of webbing, but just the enclosures are just absolutely gorgeous. Right, I'll see what I'll do is I'm going to try and let a cricket go down in here and see if it can run around, but I don't think I'm going to see any action out of that one. So that's at least 1 out of the 3. The thing with these is they pick up on movement so well, but because I've got the light on this one in this tank here, as soon as the light's on, it's gone instantly. You actually hear it hit the side of the glass and run around. It doesn't like it. One of the other ones I showed you that goes out drinking, the one that you saw feeding, that one just doesn't seem to mind. As you saw, it's chilled, walks in and around, bit more of the daddy. The other two are a bit more skittish, but I do see them. You have to be careful feeding these as well, because even though the cricket's there, if I tap the cricket to move, it will sense this movement of my stick and fly out at the stick. No, I'm going to have to leave that be. We're not going to be able to see that one at all, but at least we've got the one bit of footage on there, so I've put that up again because it's just amazing. Like, just some of that footage. It's just really good species if you know how to keep them. Potentially they can be very potent venom and they can be dangerous, but if you house them like this, you give them plenty of hiding spaces, they're completely calm, to the point you can see I could take the lid off that other one and it just chills, walks out, put my hand in with the camera, is not bothered at all. They just move very fast. But no, I definitely can't see any movement in there. I'll try and get some more, but what I might do is see if I can get some night footage. But there we go.